Hi and welcome to this short video to show you how to reference newspapers, whether they're paper or online. So I've grabbed my Harvard referencing examples from the portal, from the library homepage. You can obviously look at your paper copy as well. I'm going to scroll down and let's find newspaper articles on the left hand side, about halfway down. I'm going to click on there. And we're going to bring newspaper articles up. So here's some examples here. Let's make it a little bit bigger for you. So here we go. So let's look at, we've got two options. Let's look at the first one, which comes from a paper one. So in text, we're going to look at the author. That's the person that actually wrote the article. So in this example, we've got Prattley, 2015. Now, obviously, if we'd have provided a direct quote, we would add a colon and the page number, as you would normally. The way that you use brackets will depend on whereabouts you position the reference. So looking at our reference list, we would write it as Prattley, N, which is the initial, a full stop, and we've got our date 2015. So now what we're going to start doing is we're going to follow quite similar rules to using journals. So my article title here for BP, oil is in very troubled waters, I'm going to put that in inverted commas. If you notice here, this isn't in italics. We're going to put a comma at the end and we're going to add the newspaper title. So that's from The Guardian, and just the same as you would with a journal title, I'm going to put that in italics, and then I'm going to add the date of the newspaper, which is the 4th of February. We know it's 2015 because we've got it here, so I don't need to add that again. And I've got a comma and I've got 21 here. This indicates it's on page 21. So I would, if I was checking your work, I would be able to go to page 21 of The Guardian, which was published on the 4th of February, and find that article. Let's look at another example, an online one here now. You're more likely to use these more often, and in this example we're going to use similar guidelines to journals but also online website resources. So here the articles are written by Griffin, 2015. The reference list example is here, Griffin, A, so I've got my initial with a full stop, following the same rules that you're used to, 2015. So here's my title, US Government Preparing to Regulate Business on the Moon. These are inverted commas with no italics. I'm going to give it a comma and I'm going to follow the same rules as we've explained already. The newspaper that's been used is The Independent, and as its title, I'm going to put it in italics. I'm going to add the date, 5th of February, but instead of putting the page number, I'm going to replace that with square brackets and online with a capital O and a full stop. So I've now started to use the website rules. I've got available from with a colon, and I've added my link here to access that article. And before I add a full stop, I'm going to open my my square brackets, and I've got accessed, it's capital A, 6th of February 2015. No TH, again, following previous rules, it's just the 6th of February 2015. We're closing my square brackets and a full stop. And that is basically it. So let's give you an example up here. So I'm going to find an online article. So here's one I've prepared. This one's come from The Independent. So my author here, Shafi Musaddiq. I've got my title here, UK interest rates could rise due to Brexit, warns Bank of England deputy. And we've got my link that I can access up here. So just through copy and paste. And that will give me all the information that I need. So let's see what that would look like. So I'm just going to move my screen along and show you how that could look, following the rules that we've just gone through. So here we go. I've got my author's surname, Musaddiq, S, and a full stop. So I've always got my surname and initial. It's from 2017 because I've got that from there. I've got my title here in inverted commas, as you can see, exactly the same as what's on the left hand side of my screen. I've got a comma, and then I've got the title of the newspaper, which is The Independent, in italics with another comma. And I've got my date that it was written on, which is the 4th of August. You can find that down here. I don't need to add 2017 because I've already got it here. And I'm going to start following my online reference example. So I've got my square brackets, and I've got online with my capital O with a full stop. I'm now going to say it's available from with a colon and add that link. So this is what's come up from here. Okay. And I've got my accessed date. So I've got my square brackets. So no full stop, just go straight into it with a capital A for accessed. 8 of August, that's the date that or 2017, that's the date that I accessed that article from. And there you have it. So key learns from this, hopefully, will be that you're following very similar rules to referencing journals. If you're using an online newspaper article, then you'll start also adding to that your website rules as well. And thank you for listening. I wish you all the best with it.